Alright everybody, welcome back to another match preview on the channel. This one's for Swansea versus Sunderland on a Saturday. Me and Stephen will be doing a live stream, so come along, it's always a scream. Also, Stephen's got a match preview coming up very soon. Also, the shirt giveaways. Listen, people who got the score prediction right, your name's in the hat. Now, if you want to get involved on this video, leave a comment. The score prediction, you get it right, bang, here's it in the hat. So, it's only these two games, right? So, that obviously the Norwich game's been and gone. It's only this Swansea game, so you're not waiting ages and ages and ages. Right now, one thing I'd love to ask of you is, if you're watching and you haven't, just press the subscribe button. Me and Stephen's got a little personal target of trying to get 9,000 subscribers by Christmas. Big ask, but with your help, it's a piece of piss. Right, so I'm going to kick things off with Swansea. Listen, I think Swansea's a bit of a bogey team. In 20 meetings, we've only won 2. We've lost 9, drew 8. So it's not good reading. The last time we did beat them was way back in 2016 in January. So the omens are not looking good at the minute. The last time we played them, we got beat at the Stadium of Light 3-1. Luke O'Nien getting sent off in that game. The game before that, we got beat 2-1 away at their place. So, you know, if you got off history, it doesn't look quite good for us at the minute. So Swansea, it's going to be a really hard game. In their last game, they beat Blackburn 1-0. And that was the first time in 52 years they've won down at that place. But that just showed togetherness. They're starting to get amongst the squad to get that victory down at Ewood Park. They've got some really good players. Liam Cullen, he got man of the match down at Blackburn. And also Harrison Ashby, Newcastle lad they've got on loan. He had probably his best performance in a Swansea shirt. Swansea in the last 8 games have lost 2, won 5 and drawn 1. Scoring 15 goals in the process and conceding 7. They've had some really good results in them last 8 games. They beat Plymouth 3-1, they beat Millwall away 3-0, which is really good result. They've got some really good players as well. I remember Blackpool's Jerry Yates, he was linked to us God knows how many times. Big, strong, good centre forward. He's got 4 goals for them. Then you've got Jamal Lowe, very good player. He's got 3 goals. Grimes, 2 goals, 2 assists. And Charlie Panto, at once of Blackpool as well, he's got 1 goal, but he's got 4 assists, which is quite good, considering we're only 14 games in. I remember last season, Swansea, they found a really good run of form. The last 10, 13 games of the season, they made a proper charge. They were beating teams left, right and centre for the top 6, but they just left it too late, missing out obviously on the top 6. But like I say, as the momentum they had, the momentum they carried, they did get let a few key players go last season, but they've also recruited well. I think this is going to be a very difficult game. But like I say, they've found a little bit of form, and they've got like a understanding now, and they're starting to gel, and they're starting to make things click on the pitch. So like I said previously, I think this is going to be a tough game, but not just a tough game. I think they are a little bit of a bogey team. We did struggle against Swansea, so they are the better of the two Welsh sides what's in the Championship. Right, Sunderland. Before I start talking about them, apologies for the match vlog. I was chemist, and it'll not be happening again. Sunderland, on that game against Norwich, I thought we were class. Listen, Norwich were there for the taking. They've had a miserable time as of recent. The manager's under pressure. And like I said, they were there for the taking. We showed a good team spirit, good togetherness. To come back from 1-0 down and to be leading that game, going in at half time. It just shows you, like I say, the team bond that the lads are building up together at the minute. Right, so Tony Mowbray's got a little bit of a dilemma on at the minute. Who to play, Huggins or Serkin? Stephen's got a massive fan of Huggins, and he said he would have easily given man of the match until he got substituted. For me, as an attacking threat, I think Serkin is better than Huggins. Defensively, I would probably give it to Serkin as well, in my opinion. Stephen's not going to like that one. But his height, his physicality, set pieces, we are terrible. We're so susceptible to them. And I really do think Serkin, with his height, is just edging it over Huggins. Listen, Huggins is a right back, playing left back. And he's never going to replace Hume, because Hume's absolutely unbelievable for us at the minute. What a steal he was for 200 grand. So with that, he can only be trying for the left-back spot. But for me, I think Huggins is, Serkin, sorry, is just that little bit stronger in at left-back. Quickly, our goal. My God, it was like, if you remember the goal, I think it was Reading or QPR way, the amazing goal, I won 3-0, and we played it out the back. We haven't seen many goals like that as of recent, like a good build-up team goal, where I thought the Norwich goal was amazing. Jack Clark don't beat 3 or 4 players out by himself on the left-hand side, cuts inside, his vision. I'm worried come January, put it that way, because teams are going to be looking at that. Teams are going to be looking at his assists, which he got now for Dan Neil for this goal. But his goal, his return, 9 goals already. It's absolutely unbelievable considering how early on we are in the season. He's going to easily surpass his goal tally for last season. So teams are going to be taking notice of that. Burnley, obviously, were not sniffing around. I didn't think he'd gone to Burnley to be fighting a relegation battle then just to come back down in the Championship, because the 3 teams that went up, I believe, are going to be the same ones that come down. So I cannot see him wanting to go to Burnley. No disrespect to Burnley, but no, he's too good for Burnley, in my opinion. But looking at it, a lot of teams are going to be coming in for him, in my opinion. I really do believe that. And Sunderland's resolve's going to be pushed, and they're going to have to, unless it's like crazy money. Do you know what, to be honest, I was talking to somebody in the gym today and I said, any amount of money is not worth it at the minute, because I cannot see us replacing these goals. And if we cannot, and if we're just going and try and get a ready replaced player to come straight in to do what Jack Clark can do, who's to say he can dig it in the Sunderland team? I've seen plenty of players we've brought in at Sunderland over the years and they've flopped at us, and it's happened all over the country. So for me, I wouldn't want to replace him at the minute. He's enjoying his time at Sunderland. He's playing really well in the squad. So no money's worth getting rid of them goals, because if we do, and the other man who we're bringing cannot match Jack Clark, where do we go from there? Because he's the only one who's scoring. He's the only one who's scoring at the minute. Take these goals away, just imagine where we would be in the league. So for me, it's not worth any money just at this minute. Also, the goal, his vision, unbelievable to pick Dan Neil out. And I gave Dan Neil a man of the match, because I thought we've missed that lad so bad since he got sent off at Borough. And he showed so much composure to lift it out of the keeper and nestle it in the right-hand corner. It was just amazing. And like I say, he's one of our own. I love to see homegrown players making their own mark in the team. And Dan Neil's digging that, and he looks class. Absolute class. And that brings us on to Roberts. Now, listen, for me, Roberts had his best game against Leicester. Unbelievable. Getting down that wing, he was beating everybody. He tried to get balls into the box. Granted, sometimes they went long and there was nobody there. And that's the thing. Roberts, he needs to up his goal tally. Obviously, he's got 9 at the minute. And he's got to start matching Clark. Clark's dinging it out on the left. Roberts has got to start dinging it on the right. He's just as skillful with the ball at his feet. He's just got to start hitting the target, getting more shots away. Be greedy like Clark used to. Clark is now chipping in with assists, but like I'm saying, he's got to try and hit the target from now on. Roberts, he had his best game in the Sunderland shirt against Leicester. It's just that final decision making in the final third. That one thing he needs to work on. To be honest, he's, like I said, he's just as skillful as Clark with the ball at his feet. He really is. He beats a man. He sits people on the arse. He's probably just needs to work on his decision making. Not just the decision making. Have a shot. Be greedy. Cut inside like Clark does and tack it on your left peg. You've got to start hitting the target with shots from outside the box. I remember Cardiff. He did that. I remember Watford. He did that. And my God, though, it was outstanding, the shot what he had against Cardiff. I remember, was it Cardiff or Watford? Might have been Watford. But he put it in the top corner from right out, so I would want to see more shots from Patrick Roberts. And Rue said he's got to start for me against Swansea. He led the front line class against Norwich. You could just see he's got experience playing in that striker position, and quite a lot. The way he was moving on the ball, he tried to run in behind, and he pulled the defender out of the way to get Dan Neil through as well for Dan Neil's goal. You've got to understand, like, for me, goals will come from a striker spot, like Mowbray's been saying numerous interviews. It's just, we need a striker to score so bad, and I really hope it does happen against Swansea. Hamia, He was so frustrated that he didn't bang one of them chances in that he had. He was punching the floor and everything in pure frustration because he didn't tap the chances. But that's the thing. The chances are coming. And if we play to Hemia's strengths and Rosen's strengths, no question about it, we'll get goals, especially from Rosen. But with Hemia and his height, 6'4", if we start putting the ball on his head, I guarantee you he will get one in the back of the net eventually. And that's all it is, building confidence with the two lads. Once they start banging goals in, the confidence will skyrocket up and we'll see the best out of the players. Now their goal, I quickly just want to talk about it. It was so frustrating. Bellingham trying a bit skill. Ekwa trying to play the offside trap and not gone to the whistle. You always play to the whistle, not the linesman on out. And that's what happened. He thought it was offside. It wasn't. Hume was playing them on and they scored from that. And I was fuming because they didn't have a sniff all game. Right, the second half they did the post. But up until the goal, they weren't even in our half. The first attack they got, they scored from. And it was just typical. I thought, we're gone again. Because they beat us last time they were at the stadium. I just thought, it's going to be carbon copy this. But they didn't have their killers on the pitch. The Sargents, the Ashley Barnes, they didn't have them. And we showed a lot of character to come back and get them 2 goals. Obviously, Jack Clark. I think, looking at it, me and Stephen were in agreement at the end of the game that he probably should have given it to Hemia to tap the penalty, to get one of our strikers off the mark. I know our penalty is not the same as scoring a goal in open play, but it would have been nice to see how that our strikers have finally scored a goal. But nonetheless, he won the penalty. He took it. He dispatched it. He takes the penalties and he hasn't missed one yet. So long may that continue as well. So the lineup, listen, for me, didn't change it. That is looking like one of the... It's looking like the strongest team now. It's starting to... I think we should get a couple of games without chopping and changing too much. Unless someone has a couple of nightmares, you know what I mean? Then fair enough. But that team, I would have Clark, Rosen, and then Roberts leading the line. Then in the middle of the park, I would have Dan Neil and Bellingham. And then behind them two, I would play Ekwa. It's nice to see Dan Neil trying to play that more advanced role. And we're seeing the best out of him when he does play in that, try to get forward a little bit. With Ekwa sitting in, it's a perfect opportunity to allow Dan Neil to get further forward. And then the back line, listen, it is a bit of a dilemma for Tony Mowbray. I'm scratching my head at who to put in our Huggins and Serkin. I'd probably scan Serkin for his height, to be honest. I really would. I'm not saying that Huggins has done out wrong. It's just the height and the physicality that we need desperately in our team. Then the 2 centre-halves is Ballard and 09, and then Hume and Patterson. Obviously, he's the #1 goalie. There's no one really pushing him. To be honest, I think the young kid, the 16-year-old who plays in the under-21s, he is an absolute unit. A unit. He will probably be pushing. He'll be the one to be pushing Patterson for that #1 spot. But that's Patterson for me. Right, score predictions quickly. Remember to get yours in if you want to win a shirt. It's going to be 2-1 Sunderland. The reason being, I think it's going to be a hard game. We'll kind of keep the clean sheet. We're so susceptible to set pieces. It's unbelievable. But I still think our flair players further up the pitch is going to be too strong for them. The likes of Clark, Roberts and Rosen. I think Rosen will score in this game. Mark my words. Remember, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Stevenson will be coming soon. See you in a bit.